Welcome back, everyone. This is your host, RePHIL here. And get your cans ready. We're going to be refilling to 99 as we always do, because on this episode of the RePHIL Studio, I have the utmost pleasure to welcome our special guests, Kay and Lang, to the studio. So just as a brief introduction for both of them, Kay has a lot of titles, most notably first place in the recent This Is Our Idol Saga event, as well as second place in the analysis of harmony and change, as well as many other T10 Plus achievements. Lang should be a familiar face for some of our listeners out there, adding another T10 title, most recently from the Buddy x Buddy event. So both of you, for Kay, thank you for joining the studio, and Lang, welcome back to the studio.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
You're very welcome. Is there anything else that I should add to this intro? Maybe that, a fun fact that maybe our listeners are unaware about?
Me and Lang are lovers.
Yeah.
Wait a second.
That's why we cheer all our events together. But
True. That's fair. Well, again, both of you, again, a pleasure to have both of you on. And yeah, so when we start with the RePHIL Studio, with the podcast, we always talk about how our guests first get into Bang Dream, because of course, being in the Bang Dream community, you got to know how to get into the game first. So, Lang, we've already asked you this question, so I'm going to go to Kay. We're going to go to Kay here. And of course, for those who want to listen to, Lang, we have the previous episode with her, so feel free to listen to that. But Kay, how did you first hear about Bang Dream, and how did you get into it?
So I got it from my IRL friend.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, dude, look at this. And I was just like, oh, okay. But then I was like not into it. I was not into it. I just downloaded it because they're like, do it like right now. So I downloaded it when they were over at my house and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then I deleted it. and then like a few months later, like 6 months later, I like downloaded it because like, oh my god, like look at this new app on the App Store. I totally didn't recognize it was the same fucking game. So then I was just like, and then I just started tearing. I didn't know anything about like Discord or like Pubcord until like probably like a year in. Sorry. Oh. I'm so sorry. Okay.
No, all good.
I don't even know what I was saying.
You were talking about Pubcord, joining Discord and such.
Yeah. I think Lang was actually one of the first people I saw there too.
Oh.
No way.
Real. I was like, I'm so jealous that Lang has so many friends. Like you knew everybody, and I was just like, oh my god. Yeah. I was so cringe though. Oh my god.
Lang, do you remember your first encounter with Kay?
No.
Oh my god, can I say something? I used to backlog your pics because I wanted to see you.
No way. Oh my god. No, I mean, like okay, no, it's fine.
That's
so cute.
Hi. That's so creepy. Oh my god, I'm such a stalker.
Oh my god. Well, what a way to start this episode. So Kay, so what kind of convinced you? Again, the fact that you deleted the game and reinstalled it, that's not the first time. A lot of our guests, just like you,
really?
When they first came in, they're like, all right, they come in, they play the game, they're like, it's not for me, whatever. But for whatever reason, they give it a second chance, and that's all she wrote, because that's how they got into the game. The second chance is given. So what kind of convinced you? 6 months later, what was the thing that sort of convinced you that, hey, maybe I should try this game and play it? Do you recall that?
I was super into mobile rhythm games. I was
Mhm.
cracked at Citus, guys. I was so good.
Cyrus?
Citus, oh my
Oh,
god.
Citus. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, I can't play that anymore though. It's so hard. I was just like looking on the App Store for funny little rhythm games, and I saw one with funny little anime women, and um I'm not gonna lie, when I was downloading it, I just wanted to give up because it took like 30 hours to
Oh
download. I was
god.
just like, oh god.
Yeah.
Did the icon have the bang like the notes? Because I remember there was like the really ugly like icon that had like all the notes and such.
I was before that.
Okay.
I remember
okay.
when they changed it and everyone was like, this is so American. Like, this is definitely what America would do with Bandori.
Wow. Well, that's really cool. That's really cool. And then, you know, for you, when you first started the game, did you had like a favorite character or a favorite band right off the bat, and did that change as time went?
Yeah, it's definitely Roselia.
Mm-hmm.
But it's quickly changed to Pasupare. I'm a little stinker.
Wow.
Stinky for everything.
I'm so sorry. I don't know. I can't remember. I think I've always just loved Chisato because she was like my first. Like she kept coming home. Like I had like all of her cards at some point. Like she was always there. And I was just like, why am I getting so much of this character? I'm like, it's okay. I love her anyway. You know.
That's fair. It was a sign. The game actually was like, all right, this is your character, and decided to give it. So yeah. Well, that's good. That's great. Kay, it's great to hear that you were able to get the game, get into the game as such. And Lang, you know, we briefly talked about this already, but was there anything else that like, you know, that came up to mind that maybe like the way that Kay got into the game, did that remind you of how you kind of got into the game as well?
Well, I think it's funny because I did say in my podcast that I did get into the game from an IRL friend as well.
Okay,
and then
yeah.
I downloaded it. I didn't like it. I deleted it. Got to do it months later.
Yeah.
So we had the exact same story, which is so
Twinsies.
weird. But
Twinsies, yeah.
so
And that's why I said, Kay, that you weren't the only one. Because the person right beside you literally did exactly that. So
that's so funny.
Yeah. Good. So obviously, Kay, you know, when you got into the game, right, initially it was more for like a, you know, a rhythm game experience. We know that you're, you know, also pretty real in the game as well, in rhythm games in general. But, you know, getting into a rhythm game like this is very different, like in the casual perspective, is very different from tiering, right? So what was your sort of first exposure to tiers? So what first convinced you, maybe I should try tiering, and how did that go?
I would pub T100 all of like the first 7 of my T100s, I'm pretty sure. I would do the holiday events and then Roselia events. And then I got a second account. I got an iPad and I downloaded it because I'm stupid. And I just started farming stars and stuff on my second account to just for preparing for the ReZero event to like gacha and stuff. And I don't know. And then ReZero was actually my first tiering server. So that was crazy. Yeah, and then after like my first like tiering server, I just got so addicted. I don't know. It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. If you are thinking about tiering, please do not do it because it's horrible. It's disgusting what it does to you.
So addicting.
It's horrible. Like it's just like, oh my god, I have friends.
What?
I literally have no friends. It's so horrible.
Oh no.
It's so sad. Oh wait, please. I'm crying.
Oh no. This is
Well,
Well, Kay, in terms of in terms of you getting into tier, because you said that you got T100s and you pubbed a lot of them yourself, and for those listeners out there, pubbing is again just doing it by yourself without any sort of tiering server or sort of like private rooms. Generally, I imagine you would do it just mostly through public rooms and trying to go as fast as possible. But was there anything that sort of first convinced you that maybe I should try this T100 business? Like, was there any sort of motivation for you to do that? Like, do you recall that?
I forget what my first T100 was, but I'm pretty sure for the Halloween Pasupare, I was like, I need this. I need this so bad. I don't know. I think I was in T100 for the first few days. I just kept playing and I remember I would just be playing in class and lunch and on the bus to work, and it was just every single moment I could, I would try to pub my flames. And just being in T100, I was just like, oh wow, this feels good. I can't believe it. It was crazy. And F you, Kev's. Literally, Kev's T10 that event, and he did not even tell me, and I'm so embarrassed. You didn't? Never mind. He didn't literally kill me. I'm joking.
Okay.
T11. T11. Okay.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, yeah, we have for those listening to this this episode, maybe on YouTube, maybe on Spotify, we have quite a lot of people listening to this recording live as it's being recorded, and we have quite a lot of fun characters here listening as well. So. Well, okay, that's really interesting that you had that spark and motivation to tier, because in my personal perspective, I never thought this was something that was possible. I saw these people get T100s or T10s, and those aren't people that I would be able to do. I'll just kind of do whatever and go for a casual chill route, and obviously things changed as time went on, but I think right off the bat, it just seemed really interesting that you were able to just kind of have that competitive spirit right off the bat, and just be able to do it quite well as well, just even by yourself. So
it's so embarrassing. OMG, I used to pub with my name as I'm T87 right now. I'm so proud of myself. I was I'm doing it. I'm not. It's so embarrassing. I think that's so funny though. It's cringe, but I think it's funny now.
Now you look back at it and be like, oh, that's a pretty fun experience, right? Kind of what first dragged you into this this black hole of tiering. Yeah. Okay, good. So again, I asked this earlier, but Lang, again, it doesn't seem like you remember when you first met Kay.
This is so sad.
But do you remember do you remember at least a relatively notable interaction you had with Kay at the beginning? Was it inside a tiering server that you really got to know her, or what was that experience like?
Yeah, so I always thought Kay was really cool. And because I felt like we had a lot in common. Because we're about the same age, and I would see that they had the same music and stuff in their bio and stuff. And they were doing most of the T10s that I was doing. Every T10 roster I'd look in, I'd be like, oh my god, I want to cheer that. I'd see Kay on the roster, and I was like, oh my gosh, Kay's on every single roster. I was holy crap, Kay's really good at tiering. That's so cool. And they have so many friends. That's crazy. But then I saw that we were on the same roster. Ojamajo, that was our first one, I think. So that was a really sudden decision for me, and I didn't really know anyone on that roster except for really Kay. So that was the first time we talked, for real talk that I remember, and it was really fun. That was a really fun event.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. Can do you remember anything notable about that Ojamajo event and how because again that event was probably quite interesting in the sense that it was a collab event, so there was a lot of activity there. It happened a lot later than we expected.
Oh yeah. Oh my god, the wait was terrible.
Yeah. So okay, but that's really neat. Okay, what about you? Do you remember anything about Ojamajo? I know we're kind of skipping a little bit in the timelines. We'll talk about your ReZero in just a bit. But
oh my God,
do you remember?
Let's not talk about that. No, it's okay. I'm just kidding, Phil.
No worries. No worries.
Yeah, I just remember VCing with Lang every day, and I remember getting Jack in the Box and talking with Lang and talking about my tacos and shit. I don't know. We're just
Twilight. It was the first time I ever saw Twilight.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I think that was when the first time I started like streaming when I was tearing and stuff. And now I just do it all the time. I think it's really fun.
It is really fun. I don't think I've ever like been in a VC while I tiered that much before Ojamajo actually either.
Yeah, me too, definitely. I think because I just want to VC with Lang, and then like after because we were in VC for the first day, like just for fun. But then I don't know, we would just keep asking to VC.
Yeah, we're like, you want to keep watching Twilight? Without any excuse.
No, like. It's literally secret lovers.
Yeah, like we both wanted to be friends with each other, but we didn't want to say it.
Yeah, I mean, just based on like your initial interaction, right? Like, oh, this person's so cool. I wish I could interact with them more. And like literally both of you had the same
way about Lang. I thought they were so cool.
Well, that's really cool. Again, what's really exciting about a tiering server and like the tiering community in general is, especially if you're like going for like a really similar goal, and I imagine both of you really felt that, like it's really easy to make a really nice friendship bonding throughout the events, because although you're just tapping on the screen playing A to Z over and over again, there could be a lot of time for bonding. You're all kind of like stuck in this like situation together, and you're just playing the game, and have to find ways to buy time and let the time go and continue to rack up points. So it does give an opportunity to bond quite well. So okay, I imagine like throughout your initially going from pubs eventually to tiering servers that you said that you initially didn't have much friends, but I think that has definitely quite changed, I imagine.
I think I have friends.
No, you definitely do. You definitely do. You definitely have
like
friends.
Everyone secretly hates me a little bit. I don't know.
No.
I don't know.
You wouldn't have got your titles without like friends. So
real.
There you go.
Actually, so real. Like everyone is so nice to me. I don't know. My heart is full of love to my friends. I love all of my friends. I don't know.
Sure.
They're all really nice and cool, and I don't know. Sorry.
This is only like 20 minutes in. There's a big wave of emotions everywhere, right? There's like chaotic. It's chaotic everywhere.
I'm sorry, MJ.
No, it's all good. It's all good. So
this is very like accurate to what tiering is like. You're happy and you're mad.
Oh yeah. I'm kind of feeling like, honestly, the vibe I'm getting right now is kind of like the vibe I'm getting from people who've like tiered for it's been maybe like 24 hours already, and they're still up, and they're still like they're actually they're definitely a little bit different in terms of how they're functioning. So
I'm just permanent tiering brain.
Yeah,
permanent tiering brain. So again, for those who haven't experienced what permanent tiering brain is, maybe this episode gives you that exact vibe. You guys have an idea of what it feels like.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, you're spreading your big ultimate tiering realness to everyone just by your conversations. So
no.
Well, Kay, so let's take a step back and talk a little bit more about your initial experience, because again, you initially pubbed and you were able to get your top 100s, which again, it's very doable, but it is, quite difficult. And, you have to put a lot of time, a lot of effort onto it. So when did you first learn about tiering servers? Because obviously finding the first one is the hardest, but how did you first find tiering servers, and what made you feel that ReZero was like the first one that you wanted to, join the community and, find a tiering server for it?
I have a lot of bumps in my tiering road, and this is definitely the first bump. Just getting into tiering. I was in pub court a lot, and then I see everyone with FHP in their name. And then I'm like, Poppy. Like, Poppy, I love Poppy.
Yeah. Oh, Poppy. Shout-outs to Poppy.
Shout out, Poppy. Love Poppy.
How do I get into FHP? Because I heard they were tiering the ReZero event. And so then Poppy was like, go DM Shin. And then I DM Shin, and they invited me to FHP. And then, or before that, Shin was like, yeah, we're tiering it, but also you can also DM Asu for the invite to their server. So I DM'd them, but I was also in FHP. It was a whole thing. But I got into Asu's server, and I honestly don't even know how I started. I remember I fucked up a lot, and I definitely pissed like some of the mods off or something. Like, I remember I fucked up so hard. Like, I don't know.
It was definitely harder back then, I think, though, because especially being newer.
It was a bit more difficult. It was a bit more difficult, yeah.
There's more resources now, definitely.
Yeah. It's definitely quite, at first it can be a bit challenging, and, every server has their own kind of unique sort of, I guess, personality to it, I would say. And especially being such a competitive event, right? ReZero being a competitive event between two servers that are very, very serious about the title, emotions could run, and it could be quite difficult. So, but I believe that you ended up getting not only, one account in top 100, but two of them into top 100, if I recall correctly. What was that feeling like? Because obviously, at first, maybe your initial impression wasn't like the greatest, right? About the servers, but what kind of motivated you to just say, you know what, I'm going to do it, and then get two of your accounts, as you mentioned, right? One on your phone, one on the iPad, into top 100.
I was like proud of myself, but I feel like I shouldn't be. I don't know. I just feel like a loser now because I just feel like so cringe. I don't know. But I started the event on my phone, and I was in T100, but I was like, I just want to play some more. So I went on my iPad and started playing, and I got that one into T1K, and then I was like, what if I just play more? And then get it into T100. That was like the second day of the event. So then I was just like switching back and forth from my phone and my iPad in the rooms and stuff, which probably fucked up their efficiency a lot. Like, I honestly feel so bad. I'm so sorry. I do remember getting yelled at for not coming into the room fast enough.
Oh, no.
Oh God, I feel so bad for them. I just feel so cringe. I'm so sorry. Yeah. I think I ended up in like the 20s, like 22, 23, like right next to each other.
I think
Remy was right above me.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, there we go. 20 and 21 is confirmed by
Did you do that on
listeners.
purpose? Like, were you like, I want this much EP on both these accounts?
No. It was a CL event. So I just had so much CP that I just had to burn. I didn't burn anything really because I don't fucking know how to. I'm sorry. I don't know how to do it. So on the last day, I just started burning and I just ended up at the 20s. Like, I didn't realize how much I played.
Wow. Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy.
That
Now,
is crazy.
what was burning those challenge points difficult because you're probably like exhaustion, and then it's like if you wanted to be efficient, you do para, but if you were dead, you have to play stay alive.
No, I did redo.
Oh, you did
I'm
redo.
pretty sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fair.
I
That's
did. I
fair.
tried to do para, but I died, and I was just like, I can't.
Yeah, no. And
Like, I'm not even good at the game.
well, that changed obviously because you eventually got really good at the game.
OMG, no, Bill. We have. It takes me 3 hours to full combo 24s now. Like, it's so bad. I can't play anything else other than
A to Z.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I can't even play special A to Z. Like, it's so hard for me to play anything.
Oh,
It's
no.
so bad.
Muscle memory is something.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh boy. Wow. But Kay, honestly, again, it's great to hear that again you were able to muscle through, get 20 and 21 for both of your accounts. I don't know if like there was any threat of like someone like accidentally sandwiching themselves between the two accounts, but that didn't happen obviously. So good stuff there, and big congrats on the fact that you were able to persevere and basically got 2 top 100s in the same event. And obviously there were things that happened in the server, but I'm glad that you were able to stick around because you stuck around in the community, and that's how you met great people like Lang in future events to sort of tier with and such, right? Yeah, good. So I'm gonna quickly switch over to Lang because in our last episode that we had you speak here in the studio, you were talking about that you were going to aim for T10 in the upcoming Buddy X Buddy. I think it was like maybe like a week before it actually happened.
It was a week before.
Yeah, it was actually like a week before it actually happened. So now it has happened. So Lang, why don't you share with the people how did you do? How did you do in Buddy X Buddy? And what do you remember about that event?
Oh God, that's a hard question. I'm not gonna lie. What do I remember? Oh,
It's a bit of a blur, I imagine.
No, yeah.
I know that like I didn't really have that much of a goal. I ended up having the goal of what rank did I get? Oh my gosh, I have to check. I'm so sorry. It's been a while.
8. You got 8.
8.
You got 8.
Okay. Because I have 5, 6, no, 5, 7, 9, and 10. So then I was like, oh, I could have 8, 9, 10. And so it was kind of hard to do that because I was really not wanting to play at all.
I made Lang play with me every time.
Yeah, I was going through a Fortnite phase. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh my god!
So I kept playing Fortnite instead of playing Bandori, and I kept getting voted.
I was gonna start modding right now. I can't. I fucking hate your Fortnite face. Dude, I would be like, Lang, let's play right now. And they're like, no, I'm in a Fortnite game. And then we were trying to do the buddy room with the titles and shit. And literally, Lang, we're just waiting for one person to join the room. And Lang leaves the room and is like, I'm going to start a game of Fortnite. Like, Lang, just wait like 2 seconds. Stop. And they're like, wait, I'll just text you when I die. I'll text you when I die. I'm just like, oh my god. Just die. Stop popping. Stop going into queue. Stop it.
So bad.
Oh my
really
god.
Bad. I got voted a lot because of that. So
literally. Oh my god. You have no idea how much I hate Fortnite because of Lang. Like, I just see Lang playing Fortnite on Discord. I'm just like, what is wrong with you? What are you doing?
Oh my god.
Who is more important, me or Fortnite?
Oh my god, dude.
Oh man.
I guess that was the most notable part of the experience.
And again, that event was quite interesting because obviously, there was there was a server, right? There was a server for Buddy X Buddy, and there was technically a competing server. Shout outs to previous guest Snips who joined and talked about his experience. And I think it was pretty certain from the server you were in that Snips was not someone that we were competing against,
Yeah.
but was there anything like do you remember anything part about like again? But the fact that you were voted so much means that there was still a pretty decent sized competition for the remaining T10 spots. So
yeah, there were pubbers, but I don't want to be mean, but they don't like stress me out. I don't know. Like I'm really confident in my abilities, and as long as I play, I know I can get in. I'm never really like afraid of T10 snipers, other than useless garbage. He's a really scary and very very stressful. Oh yeah, homie Dixon's really good too.
Oh yeah, homie's good. Homie's good.
Yeah, but that was a really fun event. It wasn't that long.
Yeah,
everyone that was in it did really good. We all got our goals, so that was really nice.
Yeah, exactly. I tiered the event as well, and I thought it was a lot of fun tiering that event with many familiar faces, and it wasn't too stressful for sure, being like a mixed event of two quite different characters, but it worked out in the end. And Lang, again, the confidence as a tier certainly is it does help, because a lot of the times with tiering, sometimes the hardest obstacle to go over is yourself, right? Whether or not you think that, 100%. You can't, if you try and keep telling yourself you can't do it, or, you're over stressing yourself. But I think that's if you trust yourself, have confidence in yourself, like what Lang has done, tiering may not be as bad as you think. So, so very, very nice to hear from you in terms of, being able to get that title. So big props to you there, Lang. Yeah. So
it was nice to do with Kay. So
100% for sure. So obviously now, Lang, that you are basically now retired. So, but you're still in the community. It's great to see you're around, and you're still hanging out with friends. So This I think that's the greatest part about the tiering community, because even for those who may not necessarily play the game all too seriously anymore, the fact that the friends that you made along the way, it really still means it's very important to you, and that you still want to see and support them throughout the journey.
Definitely. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Coming into helping Kay during ZLS was one of the biggest things I wanted to do, and it was really fun, and it was
stop being gay, not during Pride Month. You can't be gay during Pride Month. Stop. Sorry.
I take it back. ZLS was terrible, and I'm really upset that Kay didn't get voted.
Yeah, SMH.
So cute. No, I love Lang. Oh my god, I was so sad when they retired. And then they were like, I'm going to feel for you so much during ZLS. And I was like, no, you don't. No, you're not. Don't do it. But they did. And I was like, oh, God. And they hung out with me every day. It's just like, oh God. I just love Lang so bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I do appreciate the people who have made the decision that although they may be completely done with competing with titles, that they still do what they can to support the people around their network and such. It's it's always really great to see that. So Lang, definitely enjoy your retirement. I know that we'll definitely still see you around, but in terms of retirement, definitely enjoy that home there for sure. I don't think it's a lot of people claim their residence, but they have like a fake kind of residence card, and they don't actually live there. The retirement home. Yeah. The retirement home.
Like, a U.S. citizen, I would like to also address that.
It makes sense because I'm living in America. If that. Yes.
Oh no, Steve. No more USA comments.
God bless America.
Oh,
come on, baby, America.
Oh boy. Well, again, thank you, Lang, for sharing your experience about Buddy X Buddy. It's great to hear that there's a little bit of a follow up from the previous episode. You were able to get your title, so a big shout outs to you there.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hey everyone. It's Phil here. Hope you enjoyed the episode so far. As a reminder, the RePHIL Studio podcast is available on all of your favorite platforms. Check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and make sure to give that high rating or the thumbs up whenever you do, because helping the podcast increase its reach to other viewers is greatly appreciated. In terms of other content, check out my VODs channel, the card description above. Consider subscribing to check out other content. And also, if you want to be a part of the content, join the Ung Academy Discord server, links in the description below, where you can contribute to the studio question every week and interact with special guests featured on the podcast. So looking forward to seeing you there. Last but certainly not least, a big shout outs to all of my Filler Nation members who've been constantly supporting me in my content. I really appreciate each and every one of you, and you get shout outs on pretty much every podcast episode. So thank you so much for your support. If you really like my content and would like to support me, join the Filler Nation by either subscribing to my Twitch channel or by joining my Patreon. Links in the description below. There's also a new feature. You can give us super thanks through my YouTube, so you could do that as well. Any support is greatly appreciated. Let's get back to the episode. So Kay, going back to you, because you know that meme. Like, I was just gonna say this meme with like Lang and all her T10s and such, right? The one guy, like the one like bald guy that's like juggling like all like the groceries and he's like dropping them, and it's like I can't hold all these but then like for both of you, it's like I can't hold all these titles. That's what I kind of feel about. Oh my god, that's what I feel about YouTube. But Kay, going to you, and I guess we'll mainly focus on you now in terms of your tiering experiences, but when did you first decide that you were going to go for a T10 plus? Because you've talked about all your T100s, and I believe you have, I think it was 8 of them, but, T10s, you have 8 of them. So let's talk about the T10. So in terms of getting your first one, where did that first all start?
I just joined a bunch of tiering servers and I was like, I want to try T10, right? And then I just looked in every server to see what roster was open. Just literally all of them. And then I was just like, can I join your roster? Can I join your roster? I just like just all of them. Yeah. Like I didn't really care about I didn't know that you could see the titles on Best Story. Like, I was so stupid. Like, I just wanted to get one. I just wanted to get one. And my first T10 is also, like, a disgusting bump in my road. Like, it's horrible. But, yeah, I got it, and I felt horrible about it. I don't even put that title on my profile at all, like ever. Like I feel so bad. But yeah, but that made me a bit more confident that I can do it, and it was tiering is addictive. That was like my first like T10, and that's kind of where I got hooked, I guess.
where you first, so you have the euphoria of like, wow, I'm on the leaderboards, people could see me on there. And then, like, so real. Well, that's good. That's good. Again, no need to share any, like, experiences that maybe you don't necessarily want to share. But so it's really funny how you were like kind of like, almost like window shopping in terms of like your T10 roster.
I was like, which one is open? Like they were all full. I'm like,
Do you remember the first T10 title when you or maybe even higher? Maybe it was a T3 where when you looked at that, where you then started to realize that, oh, I actually want to like seriously go for it because I genuinely care for like the characters, the settings and such. Did you have that that epiphany one day that like that was something you wanted to do?
Definitely. That would definitely be Melody of the Dignified Win. That Sayo banner is just so cute. And Prismatic Duo, that one also I was just like really obsessed with. And you also tiered it, Mr. Silly Philly.
Oh yeah, well yeah, you don't have to remind me. You don't have to remind me that I got we share a T10 title there and Melody of the Dignified Win. So but that event was a lot of fun. It was competitive. It was fun. And again, that title was really nice too. I do agree. It's a really nice title. And we're both Sayo enjoyers for sure. So it's good to hear that you're able to get that title and be able to be able to say that that's something that you genuinely wanted to get for to represent your love for Sayo for sure. Yeah. Good. So I imagine though, like when you're starting to like accumulate all these T10s though, okay, that you were starting to think, okay, well, maybe it's not going to be just T10s now. Maybe I could go even further beyond, right? Your power is going to go over to the gauge and such with your getting Podium. So I know you have two T3s. You have a T2 and as well as the T1, and obviously we'll save the best for last. But with the Podiums, right? When did you decide that was going to be something you were going to do? Because obviously, you took the step from getting T100, then you took the mental barrier to go to the T10. There's another mental barrier to get to the Podium. So what was the first one and how did that go?
My first one was Title Idol.
And, okay.
That was... I feel like, Phil, you're just like bringing up every event that went wrong for me.
Oh no!
I'm just kidding.
I'm hitting the jackpot in all the wrong places.
No, I'm just kidding. Title Idol wasn't planned actually. Well, it was kind of, but wasn't really. I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain. But Cause was originally Title Idol T3, and then he dropped and gave it to me. But then there was another server, so I wasn't officially on the Podium because like competing server, they might also want a Podium, so might just make space for them. But then we merged. Kev's was actually supposed to be the Podium in the other server. But then Kev said you're welcome for the T3, and thank you, Kevs. Yeah, he let me have it for sure.
Charity Kevs, good guy.
Real.
He already has so many.
Yeah, no, me and Kevs have the same amount of Podiums actually.
Wow!
Oh my god, you got to do one more.
Real, I got a one. No, I'm just kidding. No. Yeah, it was kind of unplanned, but yeah. It was also like a 14-day event, which is horrible. So if we didn't merge, I would have just not done it. I would just be like, I'm okay with the T10. I don't want to play this anymore if we're going to keep competing.
Yeah. Again, with tiering servers and such, right? What makes, rosters and such interesting is that, again, technically a roster is not a set position. Again, for some people who are listening, it may be like a misconception that, it's just kind of like saving a spot, which is not the case. You still have to fight for it. You still have to earn it. But again, if people are nice enough and you kind of work together and collaborate, ultimately, the goal is to make sure that hopefully no one overburns their time or money, because, that's not, you don't want to do that for, you don't want to make it more expensive or more time consuming than it really needs to be. So, that's sort of also why tiering servers exist, because we all understand and acknowledge that we want to share our devotion for these characters, and at the same time want to do it in a reasonable amount of resources for sure. So yeah, but Kay, that does remind me that was like almost like pretty much a whole month of tiering, because Prismatic Duo was literally right before that event. So
yeah.
And again, like just the fact that you've done so many titles and so many events in relatively like quick succession, like, not too much gap in between. How do you find that stamina? Like that, I think that's one thing that like maybe a lot of tiers out there might want to learn from you, because in terms of your tiering skills and expertise, okay, I wouldn't be surprised if you have like probably one of the best in terms of the best stamina in terms of like how well you're able to keep playing and just keep focused and keep being able to obtain that goal with that time period. So do you have any tips? Like, what's your secret in order to be able to get your to have that stamina to keep tiering?
My God. I don't know. I just really like tearing. I just genuinely like tearing with my friends. Like I don't like everyone's like, "Oh, watch out for burnout," and I'm just like, if I have my friends with me, I will tear any event. Like I only tear, like I just started tearing events if my friends were tearing it, and they're like, you wanna play with us? And I was like, yeah, sure. Like that was for a lot of them actually. I think, I don't know, for a regrettable tale for sure. Kevs was like, you want a T10 with me? Because it's my T1. And I was like, yeah, of course. Like just like a few days before, I was like, yeah, I'll totally do it. I guess surround yourself with friends that also tier. So it's like a fun activity together. Like, let's go on a tearing date, you know?
Yeah.
A week-long date. I don't know. I just like really hanging out with my friends, and I don't know. It's like, I think tearing is like where I can talk with my friends the most, because there's kind of an excuse there to talk. I can't just like, or I have been bothering Lang to just talk with me in BC and Maddie.
No, it's good.
Like, but like it's so awkward if I just like ask like some just mutuals to like talk. So it's just like we're all just playing together. I think it's nice.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any secrets. I just I don't know. Like it's like not, I don't know, it's not like a big deal.
It just becomes second nature to you at this point.
Yeah, I love it. I love, okay, I don't love like playing the same song for 18 hours, but I love it at the same time, because I actually just like love the interaction of just like typing in G1 and like saying hi to people. I don't know, it's just, and like the moments leading up to it, it's like a rush, it's like a high. I'll just be on Best Story for hours, just looking at everything. Like, I'm such a loser. I'll just like look at Best Story. I'll just like open my PC up, like just look at Discord and have Best Story on the other side. Like, I'll just like, it's so bad. I just love, I love looking at the events and stuff that are coming up. And like, I'm gonna do that one. I'm gonna do that one too. So much.
Just constantly window shopping Best Story.
Oh my
it really
God.
is. Like I'm like setting up like how much money I need and like stuff.
No, they gotta charge you for all the times you use Best Story, how much you use the site.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we're telling Josh. Where's Josh?
Literally, if Best Story was like a subscription only, I would pay for it so bad. Like I love the setup. I think it's so nice. I don't know.
Man,
Don't give him any ideas. Oh my God.
Yeah. Well, again, Kay, that's fantastic tips, and I think ultimately, again, because tiering, like the concept itself is not fun, right? Just playing the same song over and over again. But you've found ways to make it so that it's enjoyable for you, and that's what makes tiering, so so valuable and so great for people, because you surround yourself with the right people, be able to talk with friends, and be able to just support each other throughout the way. Just it's definitely one way for sure to make sure that you could keep the stamina going for tiering. And Lang, I'm sure that you agree with that that you, of course, seeing Kay so often tier and be able to see her go and see them go. So yeah, for sure. Okay, good. So let's talk a little bit more about in terms of your, I guess, was there like a title, Kay, that you found that was maybe very difficult? Like, because again, based on the fact, not necessarily difficult because of like maybe external circumstances, but difficult in terms of like, oh, like this is actually like strong competition and I'm actually going to get like voted with these people, or maybe it was like a fierce competition between like another server. Was there an event like that, or did you like, or most of the events generally quite chill?
I think they're all pretty chill.
Okay.
I don't know. I think the one that was hard for me, just because it like I've done myself, was Sakura Stroll. Like I don't know, that was just such a hard event for me.
I'm done with it.
Huh?
Didn't you pub a lot of it?
Like, I just, like, yeah, kind of.
Yeah, kind of.
But yeah, that it was fine. Like, I don't know, my team was just really bad, and like I had to play like way longer because I had to just it was a versus live, and I just like I was basically doormatting for the room because my team was just so bad. Yeah, so I just it was really hard. And then Zombie was insane. I don't know.
Zombie,
I don't know. I was just so nervous.
Well, why don't we go into that then? Because Zombie is, again, one of the most recent events that occur. So, you know, the fact that you are first place in this big collab event is definitely, you know, a very big achievement. So, you know, let's take a step back and see, like, where did it all start? When did you decide, you know what? Because, you know, as you mentioned, we haven't really talked too much about it, but like, yeah, you're a big Pass the Palettes fan. And when did you decide that, you know, this was going to be an event that you wanted to tier for?
I was on a roster for it for T2. But unfortunately I got kicked from the roster. And then I just decided to make a server just for me and my friends so I can like try to, I don't know, get T3 or something at least. Because I literally didn't expect, I was expecting to get voted, honestly, like even from T3. Like I like every time I like try to tier, my expectations are very low, so I don't disappoint myself. But then I feel really good when I pass my expectations, you know? But yeah, it was totally, I didn't think I could do it. And I thought it was gonna be like the worst time ever, but it was so fun. It was because it was just like me and my friends and like just close people. I still don't think I can podium. Like I'm so I'm not confident in myself enough. Like I still think I'm gonna get voted even like now. Like I don't know. I just get nervous. I'm so bad.
Oh no! Well, you know, again, Kay, you know, it's again, as I mentioned earlier, it's pretty easy to sort of self-defeat yourself in terms of like goals that you want to do. But look at you! You got like you have at least 4 podium titles, possibly more coming in the future. And I'm sure, you know, when Lang and your friends were in the server cheering you on, I'm sure that they had full confidence in your ability to do it. Right, Lang?
Ever. I never doubted her for a second. Never did. For months before, I told her she'd get to one, and look at her now. Look at you! I told you.
Stop being gay! No gays allowed. Stop. OMG.
Hey, we're all accepting here in the RePHIL studio.
Not sorry.
Exactly.
I'm just kidding. That's a joke. I'm so sorry. I'm not homophobic. I'm so sorry.
Anyway.
Like I didn't even know that I was gonna T1. I thought it was gonna be like I just was trying like so hard just to be in podium. I was just trying really hard. Like I just didn't stop, and I was like, God, and then only halfway that I decided I was just gonna try stay in T1. Because everyone was like cheering me on, and I was like so nervous because I didn't want to try do it and fail. I think that's really hard for me, is like trying to do it because I know I'll fail or something like that. It's horrible. It's deep-rooted trauma from my parents, but it's that was supposed to be a joke. No one laughed, but it's okay.
I'll just leave it at that. I didn't want to comment further on that.
No, I don't know. I just get nervous and I don't think I can do it. But everyone like had so much confidence in me, which gave me confidence, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And it made me want to try harder, and
Mhm.
just keep it up.
Oh.
Like,
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, I love my friends. Like, I'm serious. If I didn't have them, like, I just wouldn't tear, like, at all. Like,
Mhm.
they're so freaking nice to me. Like, I don't know. They're just, I heart them so bad.
You know, Lang, as you, who is sort of like spectating this and watching this unfold with the competition between the your K server here as well as the other server, the legendary server. Lang, what was your sort of like memorable moments when you see this competition and when you see K, being able to like get that title and be able to maintain that that sort of consistency to be able to sort of stay there?
It was really fun. I'm not gonna lie, I did cry when Kay got their title. I'm gonna cry right now.
Oh my god! I'm gonna cry.
I'm fine. But like,
oh my god,
watching Kay like struggle so hard for so long was so hard. And then like watching them get their title after everything was just so wonderful. And like her staying in T1 the whole time was amazing. I've like never seen her stay up that long ever. It was crazy. Like her hours never stopped. And like I was the one in charge of doing the EP tracker, so I could see what was going on every hour, and it was insane. Their gains, it just like they never went.
Oh my
it was
god,
amazing. So it was nice being a spectator, and obviously I'm very proud to say that I'm
Oh, that's really heartwarming to hear. Again, and that just shows, right? Again, when you have such a really strong support system, anything is possible, even at T1. So, again, as long as you have a really strong support system, being able to do what you can, it is certainly something that is achievable. So again, Kay, big congratulations once more. Again, for the time being, you could say that you're the most recent T1 haver until like a couple hours from now, or until Curbs will take that title as the most recent T1 haver. But again, for you to be able to achieve this T1 in a collaborative event, that's also really, really notable as well. Maybe one day we'll have the 5 of those, or even there's probably going to be more collab events between now.
Yeah.
But have the 5 collab people, the T1s, all in one room to flex their to flex their titles, the collaborative titles. So
I also want to say I love Kay's like daily like energy drink reviews while they tier.
Nobody likes them. Literally nobody cared.
I read all of them.
I didn't post my last one because I was like, nobody cares. I had one more, but I didn't post it because I felt like everyone hated me.
You need to know how to use to tier. How else are we gonna know what to tier with? You're like the best.
Okay, in my server, after every energy drink I drank, I would take a picture and post it and post a review and rate it out of 10.
So now we know what to use when we tier.
I don't know. I don't know. It's embarrassing. I felt like nobody cared. I felt like I was embarrassing myself.
The energy drink connoisseur, Kay, right here.
Yes,
I only buy the good tasting looking ones.
That's why you got your T1.
Bruh. Yeah, the fruity juices. Oh, no, not the gay juices. Not those. Sorry.
Fruity juices.
Wait a second. But yeah, that's again one thing I do again for our listeners out there. I do of course would caution about energy drinks. It seems like it works for Kay, but obviously may not necessarily work for everyone. So just be mindful and be mindful of how to use them. But
Herb said
you got to drink them slowly.
Definitely sip.
Yeah.
Herb said the limit is like 400 milligrams, so don't go over that.
Yeah, 400 milligrams of caffeine. Yeah, any more than that, that's very unhealthy for a human being. So that's about like 4 or 5, or I don't know. No, at least like 6 or 7, I think. But depending on how strong the caffeine is. But again, health warning for you guys. But that's something that just be careful.
Yeah,
just be careful. Yeah, for sure. Last thing before we end, what was your the fact that you were tearing a Zombieland Saga event, and probably that you basically turned into a zombie yourself in tearing. I think that's the fun irony about that event in particular. But very quickly to our listeners out there, I know we just talked about how be careful about energy drinks, but what is the best flavor?
Okay, I still have the cans here. I didn't even get to try like my favorite one that I was looking at, but I will tell you. Okay, that was not on purpose. I just dropped all my empty cans.
Oh no! Wait, how many empty cans do you have in your room? Wait.
Leave me alone! Oh,
Zombieland Saga.
Oh no! Trying to go into the Zombieland Saga lore immediately, IRL.
11 for the event. I didn't know if that was enough. I was like, is that enough? But I didn't drink all of it. I don't drink Sprite a lot, so I liked the Ghost Citrus one. It was the first one I opened, so my first 30-something hours. I liked that one. Rockstar whipped strawberries probably is really weird. I think you'll like it, but I didn't really like it. I don't know. You should try it.
You think we will like it, but you didn't like it.
I don't know. It's just, I don't know. Something's going on there. It's just not natural, man.
Not natural.
I love Monster Pipeline. That one's like so good. I love it so bad. And something Red Bull is a thing. I've never tried a Red Bull actually. But I have
interesting.
It right. I've never tried it, but I heard it's like really
not
good
to use
at
Red Bull.
No, I'm gonna do it next event.
Oh God. You just be careful. Just be careful.
Yeah. For real. Don't. It's too. But I do like Ghost. I their packaging is really cute. I don't know. I just like looking at the cute ones and doing that. Like I don't like research them or anything. I just like pick the cute ones.
Well, yeah, but well noted on that. So again, for maybe those who want to do a bit of window shopping for the energy drinks, there you go. But otherwise, again, always game responsibly, drink responsibly, spend responsibly. Everything about being responsible here.
No cap.
Okay. So both of you, again, it has been great to have both of you on the studio. Just before we end things off, I do have a studio question and I just want to briefly discuss. And every week in the RePHIL Studio podcast, we ask a studio question for our Discord server members to answer and contribute. And their answers will also appear on the video and on YouTube. But for this studio question, I think it's a pretty nice, relevant question. But the question is, if you were able to meet some of your Bandori friends in the community in real life, IRL, what kind of activities would you do? And I think this makes sense to ask the two of you because, of course, you two are great friends. And what would happen if you two actually met IRL to hang out? How crazy would that be?
Bro, I'd cry. And then we'd tear.
You would just cry?
A break TOS account share. And we will T1 an event together.
Oh, no. You guys don't know I work for Bushi, right? I could leak this. I'm just kidding.
That was a hypothetical. It's just a question.
I'm just kidding. But yeah, so we had some pretty interesting answers, like play Bandori. I'm like, that's literally like the last thing I would probably do. Because like you already play Bandori with the friends. So like when you meet in person, like are you just gonna just play Bandori again? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't
You
know.
can just sit there and shake me while I'm falling asleep and tapping. Then yeah, do it. Go for it.
But so I actually tried playing Bandori with my IRL once, and it was kind of awkward. I don't know.
Mhm.
It was kind of awkward. I wouldn't really recommend it. You just kind of sit there. I don't know. I wouldn't.
Yeah, like again, if you play like Bandori IRL, all you're just gonna do is like kind of like sit there, play like a particular song. It's like, oh, I guess that's fun, but like I don't know, like maybe do other things, like go to an arcade or like
kind of awkward.
Yeah, maybe get some bubble tea or something. Yeah.
Yeah,
I would definitely watch.
I would go to Hawaii.
Bruh.
True.
Bruh.
I'd go to Hawaii.
Go to Texas, honestly.
Hawaii whale meetup. You know where all the whales reside. I'm not gonna go there, by the way. I'm not a whale. I'm not a whale.
No way. We'll take whale pictures at the beach. That's what we would do. Dress up as whales and take beach pics.
That's not a thing that's in our future, Lang. That's
unfortunate for you, because it is.
It's literally not. I won't. No.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No.
Don't listen to them. They don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, again, if anyone else who's listening on this listening to the podcast on YouTube, feel free to contribute your your answers to this question as well. But that was a pretty interesting discussion. But again, hope maybe one day you two would actually, and maybe some other people will actually go to Hawaii and meet up. And I don't think it's out of the realm of impossibility. So.
I mean, we have the money to tier, so I have the money to go to Hawaii.
For real.
I'm dropping this T1 because I want to go to Hawaii. I think that's pretty worth it.
Yeah.
I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Well, again, for both of you, thank you so much for joining this episode today. Before we wrap up, I just want to give you the opportunity to say any last words, any last shout outs, as well as maybe share some future events that you plan to tier. Kay, we'll start with you. Any last words, last shout outs, and any future events you're going to do that you want people to know.
Shout out to my mom for giving me money. Shout out to Egg.
Shout out to Egg. Big shout out to Egg.
They're probably not even listening because they hate me right now.
Oh no!
Because I didn't invite them. Bye, Lang. What the hell?
I guess Lang's gone.
F you, Lang. TBH. Now I'm just. Shout outs to Maddie, to Tay, Remy, Kelvin, T, everyone in this VC. They're so cute. Yvette. Q. Sorry, Yukio. Shout outs. And I will be trying to tier Spreadcore next. Yeah, I think that's, I don't know. It's like the most recent one, I guess.
And do you have should I say your other T1 that you might be competing against me?
TBH, so scared. I'm so expected. I'm like expecting to get voted.
I don't know. We'll see. After hearing this story today, I'm a little worried because I feel I'm a little worried because of the the energy drinks and all that. That seems pretty OP, Kind of
I don't know. Maybe I'll just what if I just drink too much and don't have a tolerance anymore?
Oh no.
Like you will crush my
dreams and hopes.
Yes.
But well, let's see. We'll see how it goes. So again, for our listeners out there, if you want to support Kay in their future events, feel free to join the Young Academy Discord server. And all our special guests are there. Also, all of our guests' Twitters will be on the description as well. Feel free to let them know and share your support. And maybe in the future, if it does happen, we'll hope have a very fair fight in as I call it, school expulsion event. So not excursion, expulsion.
We're getting kicked out.
All right, Lang, any last words from you as well? Because I don't know what happened with you, but I think we've lost Lang.
Yeah, F you, Lang. Literally.
Yeah, Fortnite has claimed them. yeah. We can't hear you, Lang. It's just not working. Yeah. I honestly love how, like, throughout this whole episode, again, just how crazy this episode is. Kay's like mic has like sort of like half died halfway through because it like peaks so much.
No, I literally scream in VC so much with them. It literally can't handle it anymore.
Well, I'm gonna let's wrap it up and leave it as is, because otherwise I don't know how much longer we're going to handle this. But honestly, for both of you, thank you so much for joining the RePHIL studio. It was a fun, hectic, chaotic, but again, really enjoyable episode to have you join the RePHIL studio today. And for our listeners out there, the set has been complete. So get your cans ready and make sure you refill to 99 on the next set when it happens. But until then, remember to check us out on all of your favorite podcast platforms. Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Of course, join the Young Academy Discord server to interact with special guests and contribute to the studio question. So that's all. Thank you all so much for listening. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye now.